Okay, won't do it too far.
Oh, that was actually pretty far. That was cool. And on to the ranch.
And the plants need that in order to communicate and grow stronger and share nutrients.
Yeah.
So they're hurting all of that process when they plow.
And you have more because there is oligo elements, minerals be give for plant by mushrooms.
Yeah.
And every organism decompose, every level. In fact, it's like you take a big tower. You have the boss, have his desk in the last floor. In the first floor is the trash. Every level you have different people and have different tasks and different tasks to do and ability.
Right.
If every day, or every 6 months, you turn upside down the building, the boss is in first floor. He can't work in the trash place,
Right.
You have to take the elevator for go back to this floor, to his level.
Yeah.
But these organisms don't have legs, they can't. Everything die.
Yeah.
And you need 3 years for everybody found we take this place. His place in
All the microorganisms in the happy microenvironments are destroyed whenever they till the land.
And so it must come back a new generation.
Yeah.
And the time everybody take place and the mulch come and decompose make 3 years. So farmer every 6 months turn upside down the building.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's it, and they must after feed by chemical or not or whatever, and they plant. It's wrong. It's totally wrong.
Yeah, it is.
So
Very interesting.
it's like a skin, the grass, the earth, and every 6 months they scratch the skin.
Right, yeah.
It's that earth. It's very bad.
Yeah, and so you're suggesting instead to have diversity and to just seed everywhere and to allow the plants to fight over where their perfect niche is. Yeah.
After and the best is don't touch for 3 years, but you can. You will eat what's grow. But the best one, let them. Your best tomato plants, don't touch it. Let's falling down.
Yeah.
Because
let it
she
reseed.
have found a good place.
Exactly.
And she have it's a selection too, natural selection.
Yeah, natural selection.
She have a good seed. So let the best one take the other.
That's perfect.
And after it's abundance. After 3 years you begin to be in abundance.
In abundance, right.
And you just eat the surplus, the too much,
Yeah.
You feed animals, you feed everybody. You grow too much for take
That's really amazing.
For me, sorry.
That's fine. No, good. That was awesome. Thank you. Wow. Okay, so we are running into the smoke from the fire from Bastrop right now, and it is actually pretty phenomenal looking. This is what happens when people start fires from pine needles, and this happens all the time. Somebody probably goes around, is smoking a cigarette, whatever, drops it. It starts a huge, massive fire, and there you go. That's like 30. How many acres were you saying?
Oh, and it's a lot. 300,000 something acres.
Anyway, this is why we talk about zero-scaping and why we are trying to keep things like interstellar and horror scenes from happening to the world, because the more smoke that we put out there, the more this is going to affect our oceans, because every single climate is in fact connected. So Texas went from torrential rain at the beginning of the summer, like scary rain, hurricane rain with like maybe 7 tornadoes a second dropping and like destroying things pretty much, because that's how scary it was. And that's a little bit of exaggeration, but not even that much, to be honest. But yeah, so, and then to this, like we had so much rain and then nothing, and it is definitely scary out here, and scary, getting scary all over the world, because
You have to keep water, you know, pacify
Yeah.
the water flow.
right, like, are you talking about the sea levels?
For like the water to get up in the sky into a cloud and turn into rain, you're saying that takes a while. So when it gets into rain, it's good to save it. Like what you're saying, like
Oh, exactly, like with your trenches.
There's no tree.
to pacify the water.
Yeah, there's nothing to pacify the water, to make it slow down, to keep it there. And so the water, that's probably part of the issue with the water cycle right now, and that our friend is suggesting that we do. Which is why trees are so important. And if you go like plant an orchard or plant a whole field of trees, you're doing like so much good for the world, because you're going to be pacifying any water that comes out and over those trees, and you're going to help get rid of like drought and pretty much like lack of water on land, because we have so much water in the oceans, that's why we're a blue planet. But you know, the land, especially out here in California and all that, are just really, really dry. So if you find a way to make trenches and drains and basically figure out a way to pacify the water, it'll help. But there's so much more to talk about when it comes to water science. There's a lot of really cool things that can be done with water. And
Permaculture the shit out of it.
well, not just permaculture, but like lots of other things. So we'll get to that in some other videos.